Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday, November 12, 2024, and today we're diving into the Forex market to see how things played out and, more importantly, where we're headed tomorrow. Buckle up as we dissect key moves, pair predictions, and how global events might shake up trading strategies on November 13th. Alright, so let's kick off with a quick recap of today's biggest movers. We saw some exciting action across major pairs, especially with the US dollar to Japanese yen and pound sterling to US dollar. The dollar held strong, driven by solid economic indicators, while the yen showed continued signs of weakness. As for the pound, it got some lift but faced resistance with mixed data from the UK. Let's break down what this means going into tomorrow. Starting with the US dollar, it's been on a steady climb lately, thanks to inflation data coming in hot and expectations of a potential rate hike from the Federal. If we get more data showing resilience in the US economy, the dollar could gain even more momentum. The US dollar to Japanese yen pair has been one to watch, especially with Japan's central bank signaling a willingness to hold off on any major policy changes. This has kept the yen on the weaker side, so going into tomorrow, keep an eye on this pair if you're riding that dollar strength. As for the euro, it's been somewhat range-bound against the dollar, largely due to ongoing struggles in the eurozone economy. Euro to US dollar may continue to test the lower end of its range unless we see a major catalyst from the eurozone, think PMI data or any fresh comments from ECB policymakers. Let's zoom into some of the major pairs and break down what we might expect. The euro to US dollar has been in a tight range but could be in for a breakout if there's fresh data from the eurozone. Traders should watch for European GDP data in the morning, which might influence sentiment. If it's weaker than expected, we could see the euro dip lower. Resistance seems solid around the 1.0800 level, and support near 1.0720 could be tested if dollar strength continues. Over in the UK, mixed economic data is keeping the pound somewhat volatile. The pound sterling to US dollar might be looking at a support level around 1.2250 and resistance near 1.2350. If the Bank of England remains dovish, any signs of dollar strength tomorrow could lead to the pound sliding back to support. The US dollar to Japanese yen has been capitalizing on dollar strength, as the yen continues to weaken. For tomorrow, look for a test of the 150.80 resistance level, with support in the 150.20 zone. If US inflation data supports a hawkish Fed narrative, the pair could see a strong rally. The Australian dollar has been reacting to mixed signals from the Chinese economy, so the Australian dollar to US dollar pair could remain range-bound. Watch for resistance near 0.6450 and support around 0.6390. Given Australia's close economic ties with China, any surprises in Chinese trade data could swing this pair. Alright, now let's talk about commodities and safe haven assets, which can add some color to tomorrow's Forex landscape. Gold's been under pressure as the dollar stays strong, but if there's any risk-off sentiment due to geopolitical concerns or stock market volatility, gold might catch a bid. We're looking at support around $1,930 and resistance near $1,960. Oil prices have had a significant impact on currencies tied to commodity exports. For currencies like the Canadian dollar, watch out for tomorrow's API inventory report, which could impact crude prices. If oil dips, expect the CAD to follow suit. For those of you who like to keep an eye on economic events, here are some key things to watch for tomorrow, November 13th. Eurozone GDP data. If it's lower than expected, we could see the euro weaken further. US CPI report. This could be the day's biggest event. If inflation numbers come in higher, expect renewed chatter about Fed tightening, which could strengthen the dollar across the board. UK jobless claims, labour market data out of the UK could impact the pound, especially if it signals economic weakening. With these events on the docket, you can expect a fair amount of volatility across the board. So, how do we approach tomorrow's Forex market? Here are a few ideas for trading strategies based on these insights. Range trading on Euro to US dollar and Pound sterling to US dollar. Both of these pairs have been range-bound, so until there's a breakout, consider trading between support and resistance levels. For the Euro to US dollar, that's around 1.0720 to 1.0800. Riding dollar strength on US dollar to Japanese yen. If the dollar continues to hold strong, riding the momentum on US dollar to Japanese yen could be profitable, especially around the 150.80 level. Watching the commodity currencies. Pairs like Australian dollar to US dollar or US dollar to Canadian dollar may see movement linked to commodities, especially oil. If we see weakness in crude oil, it could be an opportunity to short the Canadian dollar against the greenback. To wrap it up, remember that the Forex market can shift quickly based on economic data and global events, so flexibility is key. If you're trading into a major data release like CPI, consider setting stop-loss orders to protect against sudden volatility. Also, pay attention to any unexpected news, as that could impact safe haven assets like gold or the Japanese yen. If you're finding value in these breakdowns, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss future updates. Let's stay connected and keep this conversation going in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on tomorrow's setup or any pairs you're watching. Thanks for joining me today. Here's to making smart, informed trades. I'll see you all tomorrow with another daily forecast. Happy trading, and take care.